Ladies and gentlemen, NIO CEO delves into the dynamic interplay of competition and collaboration, unveiling strategic insights and future trajectories in the automotive sector. NIO CEO has said the following to you: friends who compete can also collaborate. This is not a contradiction. We often think that competition eliminates collaboration. We compete in the market, but we can collaborate in technology. Every company undoubtedly has its own weapons, but not everything is special. Talking about this, let's look at the Japanese auto industry. The Japanese auto industry can maintain such a large global share because they collaborate while competing. Recently, some auto companies are in negotiations with us. News will come soon. Choosing a partner is easy if you are willing to give everything and ready to make necessary changes to the chassis. In a few decades, when you can dominate the market with electric cars of the next generation, their cars should be designed accordingly, so it will undoubtedly take some time. During the transition of oil and electricity, all kinds of pressures will accumulate because fuel trucks can make money and also engage in price wars. This will definitely have an impact on new cars. Everyone needs production technology, so price wars of this level are quite normal. We don't need to feel that we don't need to increase prices. This is a normal business process, but I believe that in the end, the real experience of the business will come back. First, let's talk from the perspective of battery swap stations. The investment is actually good. If we have 60 orders daily, then our battery swap service will make money on its own. What is the concept of 60 orders? During this year's Spring Festival, our busiest station provided service for 195 orders daily. Now we have about 20% of the battery swap stations in the country that have reached 60 orders, which in this regard is the most open company. China is actually the most open market in the world. In China, you can buy brands from any country in the world. When Chinese companies provide services to users in other countries, they will face various threshold landmines. But there is no complaint about this. If we want to enter the global market, we need the capability to connect with different regions and countries despite regulations. Without a network, you need docking capability to be able to do this, so it will take time. But I believe that over time, China will definitely surpass Japanese and Korean companies in global competition. In the next 8 years, there will be more than 19.4 million vehicles, and the battery warranty for new energy vehicles will expire. If you have a 30 kilowatt-hour battery for hybrid plug-ins now, it will cost you around $60,000 to $5,800. If it's a 40 kilowatt-hour battery, using a good quality one will cost you around $8,600. If this is just for electric vehicles, the cost will be even higher. And now, most vehicles are being given an 8-year warranty, with a few thousand kilometers. If these 20 million vehicles are considered, each one will have to spend around $60,000. And then to solve the subsequent issues, it will cost more than $1 trillion. It is very important to solve the battery life issue, because if you don't address it today, you will have to pay the price for it 8 years from now. A few days ago, we had a strategic communication meeting regarding long-life batteries, and we have clearly defined technical and operational objectives for future long-life batteries. That is, a 15-year lifespan, which is a worry-free concern in terms of a car usage mileage, meaning you won't have to worry about mileage in the future, because this can be achieved through a balancing act of battery replacements. So indeed, you shouldn't be worried about mileage because the mileage issue can be resolved at the end of the battery life with a health level of 85% or more. These are the objectives we should set for ourselves in defining this issue. Therefore, we should not understand that this is only our concern, but it is a problem for the entire industry. Like last year, we also opened our battery swap network to Chang'an, Geely, Chery, and JSC, and recently several car companies have decided to join us. Absolutely. The CEO mentioned that recently several other companies have joined them, and in the past year, they had decided to join forces with several other companies they were in agreement with, but they haven't announced it to the public yet. And yes, we have been discussing for a long time that Mercedes is one of these partners. And for a while, NIO fellow sales reps were advertising and telling people that, look, Mercedes has also chosen us, and they are going to join us. So, sales reps from China and Europe were also saying that Mercedes is going to join NIO. But I think investors should actually expect what these partnerships will bring. I think investors are thinking that these partnerships will bring NIO a large cash amount. But we have recently seen in the earnings report, the CFO said that this year most of the swap stations will be public swap stations that partner brands will build, saving capex. So this is the thing where we should look and keep our expectations there. These partnerships will reduce NIO cash burn through infrastructure deployment, and they will use NIO patents and certainly bring some extra revenue to NIO. But one thing we are seeing in global companies is that people are moving away from EV due to inconvenience, and that's why more auto companies are emphasizing gasoline vehicles or ending their EV projects. And it's also possible that, well, there's also talk that Mercedes is discontinuing its EV project and fully focusing on gasoline. And as the NIO CEO mentioned, making gasoline vehicles is more profitable than making electric vehicles. You heard that right. And that's why many companies in China are also busy making gasoline vehicles there, or hybrid vehicles with large gasoline tanks. But the government, they're in China, local provincial governments have understood the importance of battery swapping. NIO head of power confirmed that in Hefei province, Anhui province alone, the government has decided to deploy more than 1,000 new swap stations, public swap stations that the government has deployed. And this is a big decision. And this, of course, can be used for both NIO and sub-brand partnerships or brand partnerships. They all can use these swap stations, so these are very amazing news. Not only auto companies but provincial governments are also getting involved. Remember, most people buy NIO only when there is a battery swap. Otherwise, they might buy another car that is more comfortable, has better specs, or is cheaper. Most people who choose NIO do so for the convenience of battery swapping, etc. And as the number of swap stations increases, and it costs a bit of money, but these partners and governments are also spending money on this. So there will be more recognition of battery swapping in the public, which we desperately need for more sales. And as time passes and all these partnership swap stations and these embarrassing swap stations get deployed, then it becomes public knowledge. And at that time, sales will start to increase rapidly. People will choose NIO because of the convenience. These are also sub-brands and sub-sub-brands in every price category. You have a car that can swap batteries. There's no excuse that NIO is expensive. If it's expensive, you can go for Envo. If that's also expensive, you can go for the Firefly sub-brand, which the CEO of NIO himself has decided to buy. So keep investing, friends. Many new partners are coming, and the CEO will announce them as per the timing. Thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more stock predictions and market insights. Remember to turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Happy investing and see you in the next video.